So what's good, y'all? So welcome back. Listen, it's a new week. It's a new, like, everything is new. We're just gonna start off new. It's a new game. It's a new day. Everything's just new, like I said. We have a new president. Shout out to 46. 45 is out. 46 is in. There's a woman vice president. There's a woman of color vice president. Like, I mean, come on. History is made. Like, this is awesome. This is a day of rejoicing. It's good. I'm feeling it. I'm loving it. It's what's up. Shout out. Yo, that first of all, the inauguration was bomb. It's actually the first inauguration that I've sat through and watched in 40 years of being on the planet. Like, it's... Yeah, I've never paid attention, and I liked it. It was kind of emotional. Got really emotional at some points, and I'm like, wait a minute. Man. Wow. So I was moved. The poetry was great. Miss Gorman, she was wonderful. Garth Brooks, first of all, when he came out in the hat and the jeans, I was like, yes! I like him. I love him. So, like, I'm a huge fan, especially when he, even in the 90s, when he was doing the Chris Gaines thing. Like, it was like, when he had the alter ego and stuff like that. It was kind of hot. You know what I mean? I was feeling it. Now we're gonna I want to talk about, while we're on them, the orchestration of that riot that happened. Like, as you know, person watching TV, I'm just like, oh my God, this is ridiculous. It's crazy because first of all, let me just say this: if it was this, we would have been like, y'all have outed us. You know what I mean? Like, popped us up and everything. So, I'm gonna put that out there. So, but the people running in that building were yelling to get Mike, get Nancy. But meanwhile, there's people in this building doing work and whatnot. And they run up in this building, doing all kinds of craziness and, you know what I'm saying, like foolishness, yelling, get Mike, get Nancy. First of all, they're yelling, get Mike. First of all, Mike is your partner that put up with all the bullshit that you've done. He co-signed on shit. You know what I mean? Like, he's just put up with all kinds of crap. And you throw him under the bus. You talk crap about him. And he's standing there. You see he's pissed. You see he's hurt. Like, I mean... That's not the way you do anything. That is so, like, disloyal, dude. Like, I mean, then I hear you owe Rudy money. And I mean, come on. You just burning bridges everywhere. You know what I mean? A lot of people don't really care for Rudy, but it's like, oh, people don't care for Mike. And it's like, but it's not about not caring about liking these people. It's about right or wrong and principle. Like, you don't wrong do people. You know what I mean? That goes to show you that, like, these motherfuckers ain't shit. You know what I mean? Like, so, that's why I'm kind of leery on, like, having homies and shit like that, because I'm like, yo, you can't do shit like that. You know what I mean? And then especially if you're a 45 supporter. I don't know if I could be your friend. You know what I mean? So, I'm like, you might fucking throw me under a bus or something. But anyway, that was just ridiculous. But like, like, it wasn't our fight, it wasn't our issue. That man, I'm just saying, he just didn't know how to take a L properly. That's it. That's not how you take a L. But I'm gonna tell you how you get your skin in good condition. I'm not getting paid for this, but I just want to talk about it because I like it and I like what it's doing. So I've been using this. Only been 2 days. So this is a L'Oreal Revitalift. It's a triple power. It's actually a new formula, it says. But I just been getting into like a lot of skincare and stuff like that and just taking care of myself. So I've been like trying to find different things. Shout out to Nikon because she like introduced me to like the whole Neutrogena line and everything like that. Like what it does, I would just use like toners and moisturizers and stuff like that. But now it's like I gotta get into this because at the age of 40, you gotta be like, yo, it's really time to just like take care of yourself. You have to make take care of your insides and your outsides. You know what I mean? So it says that you get results in 1 week. It reduces wrinkles, it firms, and it brightens. It has proretinol, vitamin C, and hyaluronic acid. I mean, like, first couple of days, I couldn't even say that word. Hyaluronic. Yay, there I go. So, visible results. Immediately, the skin feels softer, smoother, and is pumped with hydration. In 1 week, the wrinkles are visibly reduced. Firmness is noticeably improved. And the skin tone is brighter, it's more radiant, and the texture is renewed. So, we will see. Looking forward to seeing, like, what the results are now, like, my face. I don't feel like, if my face feels tight at some points, when I put the serum and stuff on, I kind of like that. You be like, it's kind of cool, you know what I mean? So you be like, oh my god, my face is tight. You know what I mean? Because I'm not doing like Botox or anything like that. Probably for like another 10 years. So like I have only like under the armpits because them shits is gross. They get wet. Yeah. So Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, y'all. I gotta say, I really enjoy them. I really got to enjoy them. Shout out to that Whitney Rose. She lit that up, like I think as time went on, she kind of like, she's a shit stirrer. It looks like to me. I was watching this episode where it was Jen Shah's husband's party, I think, and she was surprising him. First of all, she was talking about he was going to Popeyes, and he got so excited. I don't know what that's about, but I guess hey, everybody, I guess you gotta like that, y'all like Popeyes, you like Popeyes. I'm like, don't take me there. I don't want to go there. I don't like Popeyes. Anyway, but it was like a hip hop kind of party, and she had her cornrows and whatnot, and the drinks was flowing, and she was doing backflips and breakdance or whatever you want to call her moves and whatnot. I think after all that, it got to her head. Because she told Jen that Lisa and Meredith are scared of her, as per Mary. Because she said Mary said this. Lisa and Meredith were sitting over there at the party. You're talking about this at your husband's party. This is going on. So shit's gonna hit the fan. So Meredith and Lisa walks over, and they're like, what's going on? What's happening? Heather did the smart thing, like I would do. Get out. Walk away, and you watch from the sidelines. You know what I mean? I'm like, ooh, this shit is good. That's what you do. I would have done that. I'm sorry. I'm Heather when it comes to that situation. I'm like, yo. Cause I actually got nothing to do with me. And especially if I'm a guest, like, nah, I'm not getting in that mess. You know what I mean? But I'm gonna watch. Absolutely. So then Whitney goes, and then you, Jen, was saying about Meredith and Seth's relationship and their marriage and blah 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 blah. We just go, let's just get to the bottom of all of this. And then she was just like drunk. Let's just get to the bottom of this and let's just hash this out. And I'm like, oh shit. So then Jen freaks out and she starts throwing glasses and whatnot. Sharif Jr., her son, runs off, and he's like, oh, and then her husband is mad because she's carrying on. Her carrying on, to me, I don't know, it seems overacted, but at the same time, I don't know, I don't know, I would be nervous, scared of her to hang out with her if she acts like that. But other than that, you shouldn't be scared of nobody. You know what I mean? But they do come, they do, talk about it in another episode. They're like, oh, I'm not scared of her and this, that, and the other. But they got to get back to Mary Cosby. Because Mary Cosby talking shit from the closet with her niece. Because that's where they got her right now. You know what I mean? Because apparently she was a friend of the wives at first. And they wanted more of her. And so they had to, beef up her scenes a little bit. So, but everything was done already. So these are scenes that they're doing later, much later. But we gotta get out that room. I'm sick of that room. I want to see what's gonna happen with her in the reunion because, like, apparently her and Jen have this beef, but then you see in the picture, it was a reunion photo. They're next to each other. I don't know. You know, I guess we're gonna figure this shit out. But we need more Mary Cosby. We have to have more Mary Cosby. I want more of her. If she's a train wreck as like what we're seeing, and I don't even think she's crazy. I just think like she is just different. You know what I mean? She's different. Like it's something about her that we're like, trying to figure out. We're trying to understand it. You know what I mean? And then I think we're watching because we see this pastor. She's a pastor. So we're looking at that too. So I don't know. I want to like her. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna ride with this. You know what I mean? I'm gonna ride on, you know what I mean, on the Cosby train. You know what I mean? Not like how I ride hard on the Kenya Moore train, because Kenya Moore can't do anything wrong. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna just say this. Saw something in the news today, but I'm not going to talk about that. But all I'm gonna say is happy birthday, Kenya. Happy 50th. You look amazing. Shout out to you and your daughter. In the episode of Atlanta, though, I love the fact I love her and LaToya's dynamic. It's really good. I don't miss Nene at all. But I kind of do, but I kind of like, okay, like with the whole beefing with Kenya, I kind of, it was like, that was just too much. It was just like, oh God, like stop. It was like, come on. I'm loving Marlo. Like, you know what I mean? Like I get like, when she comes on the screen, I'm like, oh my God, yeah. And that's different because I was never like really a fan like that. But I really like her. I really enjoy her. Like she shows up in like a hazmat suit. And she'll show up look like a whole Ghostbuster and whatnot. But then she'll have like the shield on her face, like showing up with thermometers and whatnot. So I like her. You know, I really like her. I'm going back to episodes and looking like why I didn't like her, but I like her. She's cool. I hope Kenya and her can kind of like have this some kind of cordial thing, because you see there was a little picture that Brooklyn was hugging Marlo leg and it was like, oh, come on. It's kind of whack, you know, where she was like, yeah, you know, Portia was doing this for attention, but she did explain herself, and she was like, she talked about safety and stuff like that. She wasn't really coming at her for the whole, you know, being, you know, Portia Luther King and everything like that. She wasn't coming at her for that. She was talking about the whole, you know, you going out there without a mask and this, that, and the other. And so I get it. I get where she was, where she's coming from with that. Like, now the Drew situation, like, your husband, like, you want to come at other people. No, sweetheart. No, let's figure out why your husband didn't come home for 3 days. We still waiting on the answer. I want to know. He left for 3 days. 3 whole days. And he still ain't telling you where he went. We want to know. I'm a huge fan of LaToya. I love Kenya and her dynamic. Her mouth was reckless, and as it should be. I think she's doing a bit much. But you know what? It's good. I would like to see Kenya, her and Cynthia, like, be just this, like, a triple team, you know what I mean? Excuse me, I know it's deep. Yeah, I would kind of like to see that. Like the whole, like, I don't know what the whole, like, you know, lesbian thing is going on, but I mean, hey, I'll watch. It's actually on too, so I'm kind of like glimpsing. Yeah, but yeah, don't do that, Drew. Come on, chill out. And then you want to tell that Kenya said, don't tell them about, you know, that she's getting on a jet, but you tell anyway. Like, you starting stuff. But I want to see what happens when they get on vacation, because she was like, I'm from Detroit. I don't know who you coming at. So I'm gonna see that. Why y'all girls do that though? Y'all do like the bang head bounce. And y'all get all hyped up and y'all be like, what's all that for? Because that's not queenly. Speaking of queens, RuPaul's Drag Race. Yo, this season 13 has to be, to me, it's the best season for me. First of all, every single one of them, in drag or out of drag, are attractive. Like, they're all dateable. They all, like, of course, there's not one that I can say I dislike. Like, like, the Candy Muse is everything. Tina Burner, New York City, hello. Rosé, Elliot with the 2 T's, Tanisha Iman, Simone. I mean, you cannot be like, I don't like this one, I don't like that one. They're all fucking dope. Now, how this started, like the first couple of episodes, it was like the pork chops and then the ones who made it. And the way they did Elliot was kind of wrong with Elliot with the 2 T's. It was kind of wrong, you know what I mean? Because like Elliot came out, like when Elliot came out, I was like, yes, like I don't know, like I felt it. I was like, all right. Elliot was like, hey, like. So she got a little short blonde, thing with the 80s outfit, and I was like, all right. Elliot was cool. I didn't really see any of them like to go home, and now this is like one season. I'm like, you get sad when they're going home. Like, Kimora went home, and it was like, damn, you the first one to go. Wait, how that went was they did like a couple of episodes where they had one team go and then the other team went. So then this episode, like all of them came together, but they didn't know that Elliot came back. Kept Elliot, and Elliot went to the other team. And even though they even said that Elliot is, they see what Elliot is there, and Elliot's competition. So Elliot goes to hide in the back, right? And they talking, and then they bring up, so why y'all do to Elliot? And then they started talking about Elliot. Elliot come out, what up, bitches? And then him and Tamisha Iman have like a little exchange of words. Now that I kind of was like, damn, no, because Tamisha's cool and you're cool, but no. So they have this little like shade thing, because Tamisha was like, she said they had words or whatever, but then they was like, okay. So then they was like, okay, well, we're season 13, bitches. Blah, 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 blah. So we just have to see, how this season is going to go. But I just really think all of them are great. Like, there's not one that I can say is bad. Like I said, all of them look good. So, I don't know. But I oh my God, like the Candy Muse. I gotta say, because like, oh my God, that's the friend, like, that was like the home, like, the energy that Candy Muse has is like the friend that you grew up with that always got into shit, that that was always turned and lit and having fun. And like, so I grew up with the Candy Muse, so which is cool. So I had a few homegirls that was like Candy Muse, so that's what I look at that. I'm like, oh my God. And then my homegirl Carolyn reminds me of Candy Muse. But she does. Yeah, so I really don't have much to say after this. So I just want to say thank you for watching, and I will see y'all next week. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Also, follow Chazz on Instagram. Follow me on Twitter. It's a Chazz Anthony. Just follow me. I love you all. And peace. Out.